Good evening, Northern Colorado. This is Kilo Delta Zero, Tango Yankee Uniform. My name is Joe. I'm located in Lebanon, and I'll be net control for this evening's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club net. The purpose of this net is to provide a forum for announcements of amateur radio-related events, a meeting time on the air to encourage social interaction between club members, and also to provide you a point of contact for club board members. This net may be interrupted at any time for emergency or priority traffic. If you need to use this system for an emergency during the net, please say the word break, give your call sign. We will acknowledge and suspend the net until you advise us that you are clear. Are there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? I'd also like to add to that last statement, if anyone has any traffic that they see that they feel is necessary to announce on this, please break into the channel and give your report. Right now, it would be better off if everybody knew what was going on the roads, and thank you very much for that. All licensed amateur operators with 70-centimeter privileges are encouraged to check into the net. Of course, club membership is encouraged but never required to be able to participate. This net will begin as a directed net, and then we'll shift into an open net. There'll be opportunities with stations with equipment to be able to announce those particular items, and check-in is requested for county participation, and no checkout is ever required. Once all stations have checked in, net control will ask club members if they have any, club board members if they have any announcements, and then we'll call for any other announcements from any other operators. Please be courteous once the formal part of the net is over and allow break-ins from other stations also to be part of the conversation. When checking in, please give your call sign slowly using the ITU phonetic alphabet. This evening we have had 18 early check-ins. I'll now start by taking club board members who've not checked in earlier. Please call now.
Good evening, Joe. This is Whiskey Zero, Delta Delta Zulu, Dave and Greeley. No traffic.
Good evening, Joe. This is November 0, Echo Mike Papa, Greg, Fort Collins, member at large with Debbie, K0DBE. And if Mark Clark, W2MIC, did not already check in and say he has an announcement, I will have an announcement. N0EMP.
Yes, Greg, he was the first one to check in, and he told me about the announcement. Thank you.
Okay, no traffic for me then.
Okay, thank you very much. Somebody did double with you, Greg. Whoever doubled with Greg, come back.
This is Kilo Charlie Zero, Zulu India Echo. Darren, Fort Collins, no traffic.
Net would like to welcome W0DDZ. Sorry I didn't get to you, Dave. N0EMP, K0DBE, and also KC0ZIE. Anybody else, club board members who've not checked in earlier, please call.
0 Bravo Echo Charlie, Jim Loveland, no traffic.
Good evening, Jim. Any other club board members? Okay, I will take club members, Alpha through Zulu, who have not checked in earlier. Please call now.
Kilo Golf 6 Uniform Delta Tango, Ed and Bertha on 7-5.
Good evening, Ed. Anyone else want to check in? Alpha through Zulu.
Good evening, Joe. Kilo 8 Golf Echo Echo, Jerry in Fort Collins.
I'd like to welcome KG Jerry. Anyone else? Okay, let's open this up to anyone, guests, club members, board members, anyone who would like to check in. Echolink, please call.
Alpha India 7, Papa Mike, AS 7 p.m. Phil, Cheyenne. November 0, Delta Quebec Victor, Brandon, Cheyenne.
Kilo 4 November Yankee November, Charlie, Cool Creek Canyon.
AS 7 p.m. Phil, is that correct?
Double.
I said AS 7 p.m. Phil, is that correct?
Alpha India 7, Papa Mike.
I was only off by one. Oh, Phil, how is it up there?
20 degrees and light blowing snow. It's just now starting to stick to the road.
Well, you take care up there. Brandon, I got your name but missed your call sign. Come back, please.
He's sitting next to me. It was N0 DQV, November 0, Delta Quebec Victor.
I got that N0DQV. Very good. Thank you, Brandon. Oh, you're up there with Phil?
Yeah, we're stuffing our faces together right at 7 p.m.
Well, good. Well, I guess the snow's no worse for you than it is him. Well, thank you very much for checking in. Anyone else want to check in, please call now.
Kilo 4 November Yankee November, Charlie, Coal Creek Canyon. Alpha Echo 0, Charlie Foxtrot, Ben, Fort Collins.
Okay, got two of you. Charlie, how's the weather up there?
Pretty chilly, and it's snowing sideways at the moment. Winds have been a lot lighter than predicted, so it hasn't been that bad, but they've been off and on, gusts up to 15 or so. So I think most of it's supposed to come in tomorrow, but I think we've got about 6 inches so far.
Wow. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Ben from Fort Collins, how's the weather your way?
Well, it looks like it's stopped snowing, so it's not too bad. I sort of thought that we weren't going to get anything, so I was pretty much wrong. But it's still not too bad. It got about, I think, well, some places got about 5 inches. I don't know if it's a drift or not, but it's fairly decent back then.
Thank you, sir, for checking in. Anyone else want to check in for tonight's Club Net, please call.
K0 BIU Richard in Fort Collins.
I'd like to welcome, I believe it's K0BIU Richard. Thank you very much for checking in. Anyone else? Okay, let's move along to net business. Mark, you had an announcement. W2MIC, go ahead, please.
W2MIC, I do indeed, thank you, Joe. Every other week, that is every second week, we hams locally get together for lunch. This was inaugurated by our now silent key, KF0CB, Mike Martinez, and it is a tradition we've been carrying on for some years. We get together for lunch on every other Wednesday. That was today, the 10th, and the next one will be the 24th. And we had been meeting at the Farmer's Table restaurant in Fort Collins. We are now moving that lunch to the Loveland Breakfast Club at 1451 North Boise Avenue, Loveland. So the next meeting will on the 24th, and thereafter will be at the Loveland Breakfast Club. We typically have at least half a dozen, usually about a dozen hams show up. When we take count, we usually have several operator centuries worth of experience. I kind of regard it as the TechNet in person, because whatever question you have to ask, we have somebody there who probably knows the answer. It is not formally an NCARC or a Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club activity. However, many Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club members show up, including the president, the treasurer, the tech chair, the public affairs officer, and anybody else who wants to come. Non-members are very welcome. Non-hams are very welcome. So you got a spouse, bring her along, bring him along. You don't have a license, come on in, meet some people. You've been at this for a while and just moved into the community, or kind of wondering who's who and what's what, come on over. So the 24th, we show up at the restaurant at 11:30. We order about 11:45, and we're out of there typically by 1:30. And at the Loveland Breakfast Club, that's easy because they close at 2. So Wednesday the 24th, Loveland Breakfast Club, ham radio lunch, 11:30.
Do you have any questions for Mark? ASP with a question. With your question. W0ASP. The Loveland Breakfast Club is usually pretty busy, Mark. Is there a room set aside for this, or we just catch a table or a bunch of them as we can?
We will endeavor to reserve part of the back room on the east side.
Thank you, W0ASP. Back to net. Other questions? Call one more time for questions. I don't know if that was some trying to get in or not. Okay, and hearing none, I have one announcement, and then we'll open it up. For all you people who are having trouble programming your DMR radios, the 380s, the 9600s, the 390s, the 2017s, some Motorola's. If you got a Motorola, no one can program that except somebody way beyond my pay grade. We may be looking at an event in the middle of May. More on that, we hope. It will be a free event, and it will be in Fort Collins, but we're not really sure. It may conflict with something else I have going on. But more information will follow that very, very soon, I promise you. Does anybody else have any announcements for the net? Please call now.
K4NYN.
K4NYS, go right ahead.
Good evening, everybody. This is somewhat ham-related, I guess, but I just want to throw it out there. My name is Charlie. I live up here in Coal Creek Canyon. I'm a volunteer on the fire department up here. Call sign is K4NYN. Another guy from the Emergency Preparedness Net on the Colcon repeater system on Saturdays, and I are putting together a trauma combat casualty care TCCC. It's a trauma first aid class, and if anybody's interested, I'll give you the quick details. It's going to be May 18th. It's a 4-hour class. We're looking at about $100 a head, and it's a very well qualified instructor, good bio and everything. But if anybody's interested in participating in that, shoot me an email to Canyon Fire Guy. That's Canyon Fire Guy, all one word, at gmail.com, and I will shoot you off the details and a link where you can sign up. K4NYN, back to net.
Any questions for Charlie? Okay, moving along. Does anybody have any questions or comments for the net? Call now. Hearing none, we'll move along to the gear swap portion of our lovely event here. If anybody's got equipment they really got to have or something they really don't got to have, please call now. Okay, hearing none, well, this will conclude the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net. We had somewhat of a record of 31 people checking in, and our net lasted just about 20 minutes. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for participating. We will be again back next Wednesday night, and we'll start with early check-ins, usually at 6 o'clock, and somewhere around there, and then we start our preamble at 6:30. So there's nothing else for that. The repeater's open for general use. Everybody have a very warm evening. This is KD0 TYU clear.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.